Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Shadowwraith and I am going to be talking about how to build your own first army for beginners, okay? Now, by beginners I mean people who are new to the game or people who have never touched anything like this before, okay? So, in my previous video I mentioned I did not like the starter box, okay? The Battle of Penall Fields, okay? I'm still stuck by that. Do not get that. Don't bother. Don't bother. Now, this is how you get into the game, okay? And this goes to new players and people that have just started, like come from a previous edition. What you want to do is A, pick a faction. How do you pick a faction? Well, my best way is rule of cool. I really liked Uruk-hai, I'll do Uruk-hai, okay? As an example. So, Isengard. Sure, Isengard's your faction. We'll go with that. This works for any of the factions. All the factions are viable, okay? All the factions are viable. The only exceptions are like the thematic-y ones, so like the trolls or the Wanderers in the Wild, where you get a couple of heroes and that's it. You can't build an army off that, obviously. But I'm talking things like Isengard, Minas Tirith, Rohan, Mordor, everything like that, Moria, whatever. Okay, and what you want to do is go for a start point. Okay, and a lovely little start point is 500 points. Okay, now to know how much 500 points is, you want an Armies of the Hobbit book or Armies of the Lord of the Rings. Okay, so it depends what faction you do. Obviously, the Armies of the Hobbit have all the armies that were featured in the Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings. Now, first thing is first. You've got to pick a leader. So you go through your book and go, right, I want my army to be led by Saruman because I'm playing Isengard. That makes sense. It's fluffy. Why not? But, I mean, look at the other options. I'd rather get something like Lurtz and go full Uruk-hai because, I don't know, I don't really like Saruman. But, yeah, you get Lurtz, you pick him up, and you buy him, okay? And with Lurtz, you want to give him a warband. Now, a warband is, it's just a box of warriors, so Uruk-hai warriors. You get a good mix in that, and that should be your first stop. Your hero / leader of your army, and a box of warriors, because every army runs off warriors. If you want to do a really thematic army where you want a fully mounted Rohan list, sure, that works. Get Riders of Rohan. But warriors are where it's at, because you're going to need warriors either way if you're fully mounted, because if you get dismounted off your horse, you need warriors. So yeah, get a box of warriors. Uruk-hai warriors, this is what I'm going with. I'm pretending I'm doing Isengard. Okay, so box of Uruk-hai warriors, Lurtz. Then you can start looking into other things. So before you move on, you've got Lurtz and you've got your warband for him, a bunch of Uruk-hai warriors. Then the next step is to look at another hero. Okay, that's the process you take when making warbands and making an army list. You've got to get a hero, and then you've got to get the warriors to go with that hero. Now, you can pick any hero. You could just Uruk-hai captain. I'm going to go for an Uruk-hai captain, and I want some scouts with him. So you pick up an Uruk-hai captain and a box of scouts, and then you can bring maybe a troll as well. So you can buy one troll and just slot him into one of the warbands, and that's a starting army right there. Okay. You want the rulebook. That's the most expensive part. Is the two first buys, which is the rulebook because you need it to play, and your army book, and that will bring you to £70 because it's £35 per book, which is really expensive, but it's an expensive hobby, so don't complain. Okay, so once you spent your £70, then you move on to the process I just said. You want a warlord, so your leader, so I've gone with Lurtz, and then a warband for him, and then you got another hero and a warband for them. And then if you want some warg riders, sure, have a look around and see what you can get. Okay, warg riders, and then ideally get a hero that's also on a warg, sure. Or you can get Saruman because he's got a horse, so you can run around with the wargs, no problem. And that's basic. That's the basic process. You pick an army you think's cool, you pick a leader, you get a box of warriors. That's it. So you want the rulebook, the army book for whatever faction you want. So if it's from the Hobbit, pick the Hobbit. If it's from Lord of the Rings, get the Lord of the Rings. And you want your leader and a box of warriors. That's your first, 4 purchases. Perfect. Okay? It can get quite expensive, but the reason I don't like Penall Field books is because you cannot use the armies in them. Rohan, you get Army of the Dead with no leader. And the leader for the Warriors of the Dead needs to be the King of the Dead, or Aragorn, and you don't get either of their models in the start box, so you can't use that. 20 models you can't use. And then the Mordor half, you do get the Witch King of Angmar, but you don't get him on foot. So if he gets dismounted, you can't really play with him. And the amount of orcs you get in there to make it equal to the points you get for the good side, you can only take a certain amount of followers per leader. So the Witch King of Angmar cannot take 30 orcs and a troll, or however many you get. You can take the maximum you can take is 18 in a warband. That's for a hero of legend, which I'm pretty sure the Witch King is not, unless he's Angmar. Yeah. So you can't use most of that army. That's why I don't like it. You get the rulebook, sure. You get a bunch of models, sure. But you can't use them. But if you want to play Mordor or Rohan, you can. Okay? If you get that box, just bear in mind that's not your only purchase. You still have to spend an extra £35 to get the Armies of the Lord of the Rings book. And then you'll have to buy more heroes. So you have to buy another Mordor hero, and you'll have to buy the King of the Dead anyway. The King of the Dead is £25 with 2 heralds, and obviously the Army of the Lord of the Rings book is £35. So, how much money are you really saving? Because you've spent 90 already, plus 35, so you're 115, plus 25, so 140. It's going to cost you £150 easy over. So I'd rather just get a full army for £150. That's my opinion. So yeah, you want to buy 2 books, £70, and then a hero. So they're usually around it depends what faction you do, but if we're going for, I don't know, Minas Tirith, or you know what, we'll go with Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead, really solid. They cost a lot of points, so it's not as expensive for beginners. So you get the 2 books, like I mentioned, £75. You get the King of the Dead, which is £25 for 2 heralds. So you've got 3 heroes in one box there. So what's that up to? That is up to £100. And then you buy a box of warriors, which is £26. So I'll round it down to 25 for my brain's sake. So £125. And to be honest, you probably get away with just buying another box of warriors, and you're set. That's it. £150 done, and you've got a full army that's easily 500 points that you can play with straight away with all the books you need. That's the way I'd go about it. If you want to get in more depth, you can look into Legendary Legions, but that is for another video. Okay, you need extra books for that and extra models. But yeah, that's how you get into Lord of the Rings. If you come from War of the Ring, then you've got all the models. You literally just need to spend £75. Just buy the Army of the Lord of the Rings book, if that's the faction you've got from Lord of the Rings, and have a flick through it, because it's not too dissimilar, like the stats, and you can kind of get an idea of what they do. So you know what strength does. If you look at, something and go, wow, they're strength 5, I might get a few of them. Or, wow, trolls are cool, they're fight 7. Yeah, perfect. Anyway, that's my advice. Just a short little video on how to get into Middle-earth strategy battle game, because it is a really good game. It's really good fun. And if you need any advice or any help, do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, or join my Discord server, which is in the description below. And I always respond to that, so please do. And I'd love to help you. Even if you need me to help you write a start army list, I can help you do that. I can help you do whatever you need me to do. I'm here to help. That's why I made this channel. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.